It's okay, I guess. Okay, get ready.
Alright.
Go.
So,
Oops.
go ahead. Say the one about Jersey. I don't have any.
No. I'll just. You can tell the one about the picture you had.
Picture. Oh, okay. I was like, what picture?
I'm gonna tell stories.
So the picture at Grandma's house.
Yes.
So that picture, it was like a picture of a bunch of like spirits, and they were like creepy because it was so one was like sitting on the couch looking over us, and it had a ponytail like Uncle Teddy. One was laying on the ground staring right at Talina. One was there was like 4 in the hallway. One was an India girl. One was undefined.
Turn off your background noises.
Oh, alright. And then
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna just start a recording with you making cow noises.
It was like cow noise.
Fix your marker. Fix your marker. Fix your marker. No, put it like in the mid. No, that's not nice. That's not good. Put it like never mind. Okay, I guess that works. Okay, I'm gonna start it. Restart it. Couch down. Get ready. Okay, I swear to God, if you don't stop barking, I'm gonna come over in there and I'm gonna freaking slap you with a wet fish. Okay. I said shut up! Oh. Wait, here, let me go yell at her.
Please stay tuned. Until Emerson gets back, we will play very spooky music.
That's really annoying for my recording. It sounds like whistling.
Emerson's back, so now we'll turn the spooky music off. Oh, wait, we have a viewer back. Okay, let's go, Emerson. Go. Say one about whatever.
I'll tell my spooky story first. Okay. So basically, here's the thing.
Alright, what is it?
So basically, my brother told me one morning that one night him and his girlfriend were like looking in the corner of the room, and they saw like a figure just staring at them, and they couldn't make out like the face or anything. All they knew is it was like freaking them out. And like I was like, well, that's not okay. I was like, do you feel threatened by it? And he told me kinda, and I was like, well, what the heck? Like that was freaking me out. So I was like, okay, so tell me everything you did, and he was telling me, and I feel like I can feel like presence of things. So I was like, oh my goodness. And later that night, he was in town, and I was home with my grandma and Patrick, my brother, and it was so freaky because when I walked past his room, all the lights were off in that hallway in his room. And I felt the weirdest presence ever. It was like, I felt out of place, and I was like, well, I'm like, live here, like, why do I feel out of place?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like, that's not, like, a good presence.
Are you done?
So I, like, no.
Okay.
So later that night, when he came home, I was like, I felt that presence. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, it's freaking me out. And then so we went and got sage, because that's like the native way. You smudge sage around the house.
Yeah, you burn. Yeah, okay.
And it gets rid of bad spirits and bad energy and stuff. And like after that, they did that, they could not feel like any bad presence anywhere. It was crazy. Okay, skip over. Go over there. Go on the other side.
This is this storytelling part. Oh wait, sorry. Here, let me show my respect.
Yeah, it's your turn to.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's see. I had one. Okay. So before I moved to this house, right?
Yeah.
Before I moved to this house, we were in our old house, and it was a long time ago actually. But Talina was getting tormented by a bad,
This is-
evil people or spirit thingy. It was in her closet when she was asleep, and it would scare her, so it continued doing that. And my mom told her just to not care anymore. Yeah. So she stopped caring, and that evil spirit thingy left. Like, it stopped bugging with her, and then it started doing it to me. So I was tormented by it. My mom never told me just to ignore it because she wanted me to be tormented. But before this ever happened, our uncle, like the total gang member, he would always tell my mom, he'd be like, hey, there's something here. And my mom would be like, what do you mean there's something here? And he would be like, there's something bad here, something evil. And then that really freaked me out more. And then I stopped caring to it, listening to it, giving into it. And yeah, so it ignored me, and I freaked out on it.
Yeah, you had like your whole Bible open. You were like saying like things like you were not allowed in this house and stuff.
Jesus Christ, I command you to leave.
Dude, that's scary, bro. I would have like straight up held out my Bible, start smudging the house. I would have like put on like a cross necklace.
When I was like I was screaming too. I was like, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. And I was like holding it out in front of me. I have another one. Stay there. So I downloaded this ghost app, right?
Yeah.
And we were at Trent's house.
God.
Okay, this may not seem like it was real, but it was actually freaky because, we were at Chantel's house, Trent's mom, and freaking we downloaded this ghost app and we started talking to it and crap, and it would like detect demons and stuff. And I was like, okay, so yeah, because I'd be like, okay, so you're real, and it'd be like, yeah, and I was like, no, this app's fake, and it was like, no, it's not. And I was like, okay, then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna hold my fingers up. How many fingers do I have up? So I sent that, and I turned around and I was like, okay, are you ready? It said yep. And then I held up three fingers, and I turned around and I said, so how many fingers am I holding up? And it said 3. I was like, I was like, that was a lucky
man,
guess.
Don't mess with the spirit.
I was like, that was a lucky guess. Let me try again. So I held up 1, and I was like, okay, go ahead. And it said, now you're holding up one finger, but I have to go. I was like, where you have to go? And it was like, the devil's chasing me. I was like, oh heck no.
Bro, I would have like stopped. I would have like straight up pulled out my Bible and stuff, bro. Oh, dude, that's spooky,
It was
bro.
freaky as crap, bro. Because it was just the same one over and over again. It was like, you should play the Ouija board and crap. If you want to know what the app was called.
No. Go
see what it is.
Nah,
just for all the viewers.
You ain't getting my.
For all the
No,
viewers
stop.
that
Do
want
not
to
say
know
that
what
for
it is.
my. Do not say that for my viewers. No.
Alright, actually, I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm not gonna say that. Not sponsored. Okay, go ahead. You're up.
Okay. Oh, I still
Over
want
there.
this side though.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna tell like 2 or 3 spoopy scaries, right?
Sure. if you
Spoopy
want.
scaries. Okay. So
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, listen, hear me out. So, there was, wait, here, let me think of a time. So this one is like kind of mediocre. It's not that spoopy, but like, so basically, my mom, one of my mom's friends, me, Patrick, and my sister Jersey, we went fishing, and it was like later at night. It was like kind of nightish when we got there. And by the time, like, and it was so crazy because so we went down and we were sitting there and stuff. We saw something in the water.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it was so freaking weird because it didn't look like a fish. It looked like furry. I was like, what the heck is that? The one guy said, so the guy we were fishing with said it was a muskrat. And I was like, that ain't no muskrat. Like, that looks scary. That's like giant.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty big. And I then like he was a muskrat, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, maybe, probably. It got up out of the water and like walked away, and I was like, okay.
What?
And yeah, and like he said it was a muskrat, and since like he said that, I kind of believed him, you know, because muskrats are like kind of like beavers.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, and it was really weird. So muskrats are kind of like beavers, yeah, you know. So I was like, oh yeah, it's probably just a muskrat, and it got up out of the water. It was short too. It was kind of beaver size, but like, bro, it was freaky. It was like kind of bigger, it looked kind of like a dog and stuff. And like when I was walking back to the car because I was bored, like it was really boring because nothing was happening and I was getting freaked out just standing out in the open darkness by water.
Yeah.
I walked back there, and when I was walking back to the car, I told Patrick to come with me because I felt like something was staring at me from like this wooded area.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so creepy. I had a weird vibe. I was like, that does not feel like.
Has Grandpa ever told you the story about the 9-foot woman?
No, but I want to hear it.
Okay, this one isn't based on a true story. It's not. It's fake. I always thought it was at first, but it's not. So there was one. So there was this. So wait, let me think of how it goes. So one sec.
You still have viewers.
Okay. Yes, we do. And so there was this time he looked out, or like they heard loud stomping, and they looked outside, and there was huge footsteps. So they went into Aiden's room. You would know what that is, but no one else would.
Yes.
And then they seen all the stomping, so they went back into their own room, and they opened the blinds, and there, standing before them, was a 9-foot woman. The end. That's not how it went. I can't remember. I'll have Grandpa tell you it one time. It was in the snow. It was in the snow. And I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, 9 foot's not even that tall.
9 foot is wait. 9 foot is tall.
As tall as the freaking Teletubbies, bro.
Teletubbies are tall.
Alright,
yeah, dude.
I have a story your mom
tell me an extra. Bro, my mom tells me freaky stories.
Yeah,
she tells me freaky stories,
she told
bro.
me that she's like Aunt Cindy, right? And she like can.
My mom knows. She can tell me like when stuff are there, like something bad's here, and she'll be like, "Okay, kids, in the car, let's go."
Yeah, so she was telling me this. So she had her little blue contacts in. This was in like December, and she was where I don't even know where she was. She was like walking around, and some random guy came up to her. So she had this dream where it was her and this random dude she never knew. And she was like, promise me you'll come find me. Promise me you'll come find me in her dream. And then she woke up, and that day she like went somewhere. And this is probably true because it kind of seems like it. And then this random guy, not the same looking guy in her dream, but this other guy was like, hey, I know you. Hey, Ricky. And she was all, hi. And he was all, I know you. And she was all, no, you don't. And then he was all, yes, I do. And she was all, no, you don't. And then, so he was telling her about how he knew her, and he was like, yeah, I know you from our past life. You told me that I would promise you to come find you. No, I promised you I would come find you in the next life we had. And she was like, really? And he was all, yeah, your past name was whatever she said. I can't even remember that. And he was like, yeah. And then they freaking... So he was talking to her about how they knew each other, and she couldn't remember it. And then... What are you doing?
Just keep telling.
Oh, okay.
Spoopy decorations.
Oh. Okay. And then she... Wait, where was we? So they were talking about how they knew each other, and then he went to leave, and then he randomly came back. He was like, "Hey," and she was all, "What?" And he was all, "Do you remember me?" And she said, "No." Yeah, it was kind of weird because it was some dude from her past life and then the dream is what scared her the most. Is that how she had a dream that said, "Promise me you'll come find me. Promise me you'll come find me."
Dude, my mom low-key told me this story, and so she was talking to the psychic because she like believes in some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, she low-key told me, and she you know how she was really close with Teddy?
Yeah.
My Uncle Teddy, you know?
They robbed stores together.
Yeah. Oh, that looks weird. And she told me she was talking to the psychic and she was showing me the text. And I was like, and she was like, can you tell me about my brother? And she never told the psychic, like, the brother's name or anything. And she low-key said, she said, I don't know, but he was a really caring and loving person. He loved your kids. He loved his family. He loved everyone around him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she was like, can you tell his name? And the psychic said Teddy, and I was like, Mom, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy as crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remember the ghost app I was telling you about?
Yeah.
So this was a time later. This was like a couple weeks later, because that night freaked me out, so I deleted it and I re-downloaded it. And like we went around outside, like messing around with it. We didn't talk to him, and then I was home alone, and one popped up behind like where our driveway was at my old house, and it was a demon, and I was like, do you know Teddy Hackford? And he was all, it said responding whatever, and then it said yes, and I was all, you do? And it said yes, and then I was all, what's happening with him? And he said being tormented.
Bro, I felt bad for Uncle Teddy because there was something like he was like always sad and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But he loved like family. He loved protecting them and stuff.
Dude, me and Uncle Teddy were kind of close.
Yeah, I loved him. I loved like how like nice he was. I loved how he loved everyone. He'd let them in his house and stuff for parties and stuff.
And like at the end, like before he died, he knew he was gonna die. Like he knew he had like a few days left. Like they told him he had a couple days left until he died, and he came and hung out with all his family.
Yeah, bro,
let's just
that's
tell all the viewers, we both know this. So when he died, his wife took his dead body like from the funeral. Do you know that? Grandma and Grandpa was on the news and everything.
Dude, yeah. My mom was like talking about that and stuff. Bro,
Yeah.
It was freaky.
I didn't
And
really believe it.
she
but
went on the
like,
news
took
and
his
stuff.
body and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. What was her name?
Who? Uncle Teddy's wife?
His wife. Yeah.
I don't know, but you know Baby Teddy?
Yeah.
I see her at school all the time. I'll go see what his wife's name was. Let me look it up really quick.
I'm probably gonna edit this part out because that's kind of personal, you know?
Marie Sarawap.
I'm gonna edit that out because that's kind of personal and I'm not allowed to use people's names without their consent, you know?
Yeah, so
but
we
it's all
don't
good.
get sued by our own family. Yeah, okay. Because she like hates this side of the family though. And then there's like Boyd and Jadel and all them. Alright, do you have anything else?
No, I'm gonna end this video and I'll make another video that I'll post like tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued. I'm scared of getting sued.
Alright, so
Let's
is
tell no, we're gonna tell one about spooky dreams now. We're gonna tell one spooky dream. I want this side because I don't like that side.
Should I tell the one I told you earlier before we were like videoing?
Wait, which one?
About Aiden and like how we were all trapped downstairs. Why does all my dreams relate to grandma's downstairs? I mean, like, does it relate to something?
I have no idea.
Maybe like all the bad spirits down there.
Maybe they're not bad. Maybe you're just judgmental against.
What the heck is this lag, bro? What the heck? Alright, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna start now. Hey, get rid of that one. Meh. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's tell our spooky dream stories now.
Alright. How many? Just like till we run out?
We'll do like two. We'll do like two.
Alright.
Let me tell you this spooky dream I had. Oh, wait, actually, you go first, because I'm like, I need to remember that full dream.
I have more than two, so let's just continue with how much we can.
So, you know my grandpa?
Yeah.
So, great guy. I loved him because he helped everyone when he was younger. He would help anyone, no matter, like, how bad you were, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, basically, I fell asleep this one night, and this this was like just like literally a week a week before he died.
Mhm.
And I was I had a dream, and me and him we were going to town, you know. And as in town, I mean like where you live. I'm not gonna say the place because that's kind of not nice, you know. Are you good? You're like cutting out. Are you good?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
What is that background noise?
Restart. Restart to. You were going to town.
No, let me put some. Let me do my sprays over here so I can get rid of them because they look weird.
Alright, go ahead. Sorry, I was getting a string cheese.
Guys, stop with the freaking background sink noise. Okay, let's go. Well, I need to make a spooky decoration. I'm gonna put the Sergeant Winter one because it kind of looks spooky, you know? Why'd you put your marker there? Okay, let's get ready to do this. Ready? Come over here. Get ready. Wait, that's not spooky, that's a banana. Okay, let's go. Let's tell our spooky dreams. You can go first.
Alright. So I was like a psycho in these dreams, bro. No, I'm just kidding. So this one's it's not really creepy. It's just creepy that I was dreaming it. So we were at our old house. Yet again.
Yeah.
Your voice, yeah. So we
Ooh.
were at our old house. And
Yeah.
I would always have these dreams where I would like yell kidnapper or whatever. Or like there would be stuff outside that I forgot at my friend's house.
Yeah.
Like across the street, and I would go to get it. For instance, one time it was a duffel bag, and I went to get it, and all the time there would be this random guy that tried to take me, like kidnap me. Every time.
In that dream?
Yeah, in that dream.
That's spooky. Why is there a random Hawaii bear? You're so bad.
And then there was like another one. So this kind of relates to the same thing. So Talina had this boyfriend. I can't even remember the name of him, but it was her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And like I knew him. I seen him in person. And
Yeah.
In this dream, he came over, and his mom and dad did too, and they were like trying to kill me and Talina and Tatum and Trent. Sorry, I'm saying this one.
Oops.
And so he's trying to kill. They were trying to kill us. And we were
you're
jumping on the
so
tram. So they were trying to kill us. We were jumping on the tramp in the dark, and then we would like fight them, and Talina like ninja kicked them. She did like the Luke King bicycle.
I imagine her just jumping up.
Like this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, off to the tramp, and she like smashed his face in. And me and Trent was like putting up a fight to both of them, and Tatum was sitting in the back crying.
Seems about right.
Me and Trent was like trying to fight like the dad, and then Talina just comes out of nowhere and just freaking punches the dad right in his face, and he just gets knocked out. And then the mom ran away. Alright, you go, or do you want me to just finish? I have two more.
Here, let me do mine now. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, I had this dream. Me and my grandpa were heading to town since we live in kinda country-ish area. You know?
Mhm.
So we had a dream. I was going to town. We were in our old car, and we were driving to town, and I don't know what we were doing, but all of a sudden, like, there was a tornado off in the distance. This is why I'm terrified of tornadoes, because of this dream. There was just a big tornado you could see, like, coming up in the distance. And I was like, oh my gosh, Grandpa, I need to get you to safety. And we ran into this house, right?
Mhm.
And there was a downstairs to the house, and no one, like, lived in the house. So I got my grandpa down in the house, and I was scared for, life. I, like, tied the door shut to the cellar. And, like, I was so scared that I was like trying to protect my grandpa because he's literally like one of the only things that like matters to me. Like I'm like trying to protect him, and I'm like scared of the tornado. And okay, so the first tornado passes, and we're like, okay, well, okay, is everyone okay? There's like some like destruction outside and stuff. It was scary because when we were down under stairs, you could see like the doors like creaking and stuff, and like the house creaking. And I just wanted to keep my grandpa safe. That was the only thing I wanted to do was keep him safe. And then like supply drops came from like different places. Like the military sent us like supplies because there was gonna be more tornadoes coming. We got the supplies and stuff. There was like warm like clothes and all this for like my grandpa and stuff. And I was so happy that I could like keep him safe and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, yeah, okay, grandpa, I can keep you safe. We're safe here. We'll just wait for the storm to go away. And then later, the next one came, and some people were like dying and stuff. And then the house. Okay, so then like after that, another tornado came, and it was scary because there was rain. The house was creaking, and then the house like blew over, and I was like holding on to my grandpa, like keeping him safe. I was like, come on, grandpa, we gotta go. Because the tornado like went past us, and then I ran him over to like another house, and we went down to their downstairs. And I was so like sad. I was trying to keep my grandpa safe. I was scared of what was gonna happen and stuff. I got him safely down there, and we were like protected underneath like this nice modern house. And like I was so scared because I did not want anything to happen to my grandpa. And I was freaking out, and it was scary too because there was like tornadoes coming back and forth, and everything was shaking when we were like protecting him and stuff. And like everyone in that weird little like community place was like taking care of each other. We like taking care of each other, like feeding each other, giving each other food, warm clothes and stuff. And I remember it was so it made me kind of sad, but like my grandpa took off his like gloves and gave it to this little girl, and I was low-key like so sad after that dream. I was like, oh, like he cares and stuff. And it freaked me out. That dream was so freaky. I woke up and I was so startled. Like, where am I? What's happening? Like, what? There's tornadoes coming back and forth, creaking the houses, like everything's getting destroyed and stuff. Yeah. And then and I forgot to tell a week before that I had a dream where a tornado hit our house. The dogs, like all of our dogs were getting like sucked up in the tornado and stuff. And like my grandpa was like, what the heck's happening? And he ran to our back door. He looked outside, and and then he started to like fly out, and I grabbed onto him, and everyone grabbed onto each other, and we were trying to hold each other back out of the storm. Yeah, like the movies. And it was so scary, and like the tornado like ripped my grandpa in half, and I woke up bawling. It scared me so bad because the tornado was so scary, and my grandpa died, and I was like, no, I don't want that to happen. Like, I'm scared. That was one of the those were the freakiest things I have, like, one of the freakiest things. I was so sad. Like, I woke up, like, bawling. There were tears running down my face. I was like, that's so scary. I don't want my grandpa to die. I, like, ran to my grandpa and, like, gave him a hug. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Alright, so this one's actually not that long.
It scared me, though.
Because it happened at, like, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock when I woke up. So, I woke up, obviously, and then I went back to sleep, and then I got I know, and then I got okay, so we were camping. So I woke up, I went back to sleep, we were camping. And have you ever played that one Hulk game where you like Hulk and you have to fight the series of people, and then you end up like fighting this big white dude that could bite people's heads off?
Like all the robots?
Yeah, and then you fight this big white.
Oh yeah, that old game, the old one.
Yeah, really old. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah. And
Yeah.
there's that dude with the really long.
Incredible
tongue.
Hulk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end you have to fight this big white dude that can like bite his head, and if he bites his head twice, he's dead. So I had a dream that, because I used to play that game all the time, and I had a dream we were camping. And like that big white dude was there, but he was huge, like completely huge, like way taller than the trees, taller than anything at all. So I was freaked out, and like all the adults were like shooting him with guns and crap, and like they all ended up dying, like he stepped on them all. And then I was like the only one left, and I grabbed one of our camper knives, aka a butter knife, and I stabbed him in his foot, and he died.
Those are just like mediocre stories we're telling, but like that one where my grandpa got sucked up in a tornado,
Yeah.
I was bawling. I ran in there and I like gave him a hug. I'm like, I'm sorry, Grandpa. Like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't want this to happen and stuff. He's like, why are you crying? What the heck? I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you go. I'm sorry that you got sucked in the tornado. And he was like, okay, it's fine. You didn't get sucked. I didn't get sucked up in the tornado. And it made me so sad. Like that dream made me so like sad crying face emoji. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. That I was like that really crying emoji. The one like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
These are just mediocre stories, I think.
Are you
Let me
out?
think of one.
I have one.
No, I'm not. Oh wait, no, I'm not done. So have you ever seen this video? I think it's called Exists.
No.
This movie, it's called Exists, and it's about Bigfoot and these camera stuff. Well, I had a dream. Me, Patrick, Marcus, and Joseph went camping, and we were stuck in this freaking lodge place, and Bigfoot was terrorizing us. Like at night, he'd like come and he'd like bang on the doors and be like, and we'd be like, ah!
Wait.
And like we shot him a couple times, he just didn't die. And then, wait, what?
I've had like the exact same dream as that before.
And then like we ended up in a camper.
Window. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up in a camper, and he rolled the camper down the hill while we were in it. He pushed the camper off the hill, and we realized, and we were screaming so loud. And I remember literally watching Joseph hit his head on the side of the camper and die, and Patrick like go flying across the camper into like the window, but he like got out of the window. And I remember watching Marcus just like get like freaking dying too. He like got squished. And I was like, oh my god, we gotta go, bro. And then like,
Was this you?
freaking, yeah, no, we were in a camper, like flying around off the hill in a camper. And
Yeah.
me and Patrick were the last ones, and I grabbed the rifle, just like in the movies. I ran over. We were running down this road, and we almost saw like a road, like an actual road. And and then all of a sudden, guess what happened?
What?
I saw him, and I shot at him once, and then he ran over, grabbed Patrick, and literally freaking killed him like right then and there. Could you please give me some respect for my story?
Oh yeah, sure thing. Yeah. Here.
No, we're done. I'm done. This video was terrible anyways.
Yeah. This is awkward. I have to go eat. So keep the viewers entertained. The one.
Just end the stream, and then we'll
Wait,
retell
I
our
wanna know who
Bigfoot
the
story.
viewer is. I want to know who the viewer is.
Probably like Dijon.
Dijon comments. So does. Well, it might be ZT. ZT was on my stream for like one time. I'm gonna guess it's either like Jose or Javi, but Jose wouldn't be watching it because Jose hates me and accuses me for everything.
Jose hates me too. He doesn't like me. He blocked me. Okay, end your stream, and we'll leave the game in the lobby. End your stream, and then I'll be back too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going lobby.